My name is Hank Simideni. I'm from Farmington, Utah, and I have a question that I'd like to address in reference to Medicare. Medicare, for a lot of people, is taxed by the federal government. My question and comment is, why can't the tax that is gathered on Medicare go back to Medicare instead of going into the general fund and becoming and just erasing into crazy programs? In other words, Medicare needs the funding. Why can't it help fund itself by receiving the tax that's been placed on it by the IRS?
Okay. I didn't get your first name. Hank. Hank, thank you for this. It should. Undeniably, absolutely, it should. It should stay there. We're assessed a separate tax under Medicare, a separate tax under Social Security. Those were always intended, that were sold to the American people when those programs were put in place as something that would be set aside so that they couldn't be raided by Congress. And no sooner had Congress created those programs and instituted those taxes than Congress started raiding those funds and using the trust fund under Medicare and under Social Security for other programs. This is wrong. There is really no excuse for it, and unfortunately there's no easy remedy for it because so much money has been raided over time. You had a big generation with the baby boomers who paid into those funds, and the idea was that the government was supposed to keep those on hand. Those were supposed to be used and held in trust so that we would have enough money to pay out those benefits when the baby boom generation retired. And that's not how it has happened because the government has raided those funds. This needs to be a lesson to us, a lesson that we learn once again. I'm sounding like a broken record here, but that this is a problem in which Democrats and Republicans are equal opportunity offenders. You've had raiding of those programs in which Republicans and Democrats have both participated together. And it's not okay, but it ought to teach us something. When the government tells you, oh, this tax is set aside just for this. This tax is just there for your benefit. It will never be taken away. It'll never be used for any other program. Assume it's not true because this is what Congress does. So why we would want to move from that system where Congress has been collecting those taxes for decades and raiding those tax funds for decades, why we would want to entrust even more of our health care system to Congress is beyond my ability to comprehend.